In any confrontation between two people, there's a lot of different ways to go ahead and resolve the issues. Either both people just start apologizing, get to hugging and become best friends again. You might just decide to part ways and never be cool with each other again. Or my favorite one, you get to scrap it with him and punch him in the face! Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since the last time I've spoken about any crash outs. And no, I haven't forgotten about anything. I just want to diversify. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to talk about anything and everything. So you man can enjoy a lot more of my videos. And so I can jump to talking about more things I'm passionate about. But for today, we're going to dive back into speaking about some more unreasonable crash outs. People who bugged out like babies over the most pettiest shit. Guys whose whole objectives were to enslave entire universes. But for some reason, they're only doing that to get at somebody. Or they're just butthurt about a bagel and are about to destroy the universe. The moral is, they're just weird as hell. So let me not waste any more time and get to my first conviction. And the man I'm here to bring to the stand is the main villain of the Ninja Turtles, the Shredder. Now as cool as Shredder is, he's a bitch. The guy is a hater. Like if I had to write a list of people who are some of the biggest haters in history, he's definitely top 3. He's right up there with these two. Now to be a lot more specific, I'm gonna be referring only to the peak villain that is the 2012 Shredder from Nickelodeon's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This narcissistic, this conniving, this evil man is one of the pettiest villains of the decade. Everything he did against the Turtles, every evil alliance he formed, all the hatred he had personally against Master Splinter was fueled by the weakest motivation I've ever seen somebody have. So to help you guys understand how much of a menace this guy is, we're gonna have to go back to his origin and see how he became such a flipping villain. So long ago in Japan, the Foot Clan got their asses washed by the Hamato clan. I'm saying that they got their shit jumped and the village raided, they got robbed. And in the aftermath of this entire battle, the leader of the Hamato clan, Hamato Yuta, adopted a baby from the Foot Clan and raised him as his own. And his name was Orokusaki, aka the Shredder. And the leader of the Hamato clan also had a son that he raised alongside Orokusaki, who was a man named Hamato Yoshi, aka Master Splinter. And these two grew up as siblings, training with one another, eating, sleeping, the whole shebang. But at the same time, they were also rivals, competing against one another to see who the better skilled warrior was. But the most important thing here was their bond to one another. They were so close, they were raised as brothers. And no brothers would turn on each other. They would stay loyal and dedicated to the clan until the very end. And then a woman came along. And you see, these two had a fallout over a girl. Tang Shen was Hamato Yoshi's wife. She had a whole kid by him. But for some reason, she messed with Saki before that. They're brothers, what the hell are you doing? You're trifling. I also blame Yoshi as well. Because with how obsessed Saki was with Tang Shen, I'm assuming here that he was with her first. So how have you gone ahead to go marry and have a kid by the lady that dumps your adopted brother? That's sick, man. And Saki was still trying to get back with Shen even though she was married. Let it go, man. So in that conversation, Saki tried to convince Tang Shen to drop Yoshi because of his commitment to the Hamato clan, saying that he'll never leave them and he'd always stay loyal in the ways of being a ninja. And Yoshi saw the entire conversation. This guy really tried to sabotage him and go for his wife. You're his brother. This isn't even about bro code no more. That's just straight up disgusting. Right after this, Yoshi and Saki get to sparring, literally just glazing Shen in the process. She messed around with both of you. What are you doing? So with this new rage he had toward Yoshi, Saki went into investigating, digging, and finding out the truth. That he is a descendant of Oroku Kaiji, the last leader of the Foot Clan, and has now decided to take revenge on the Hamato clan after what they did to his father years ago. Yeah, that's some bullshit. This is definitely about Tang Shen, bro. You ain't fooling me. So the Ninja Turtles go ahead to scaring the people who sided with Saki while he goes to take revenge on Yoshi. These two get to fighting and eventually the dojo they're in starts burning mid-battle. With Saki's whole motive here definitely is to try and kill his own brother. With the building catching even more fire, Shen starts running toward it. Human shields in front of Yoshi and just gets her shit sliced by Saki. I'm saying it was like, shit, he stole that nigga's soul. And devastated by his own action, Saki tries running towards Shen but gets hit by a beam on fire which just mashes up his entire face. With him dashing outside to find baby Miwa on the floor and then decides to adopt her, changing her name to Karai. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is just the beginning of the generational hate Saki had toward Yoshi. We fast forward to the present now, and on the news they're talking about sightings of ninjas in New York, alongside a picture of a shuriken with the Hamato clan symbol on it. And conveniently, Saki was watching the news. But now he is no longer Saki. He is now the Shredder. And with no hesitation after he sees this, he jumped straight to his private jet and went all the way to New York to confirm any suspicions he had of ninjas being there. And when he came to New York, this nigga was playing no games. In his first confrontation with the Ninja Turtles, he whooped the life out of these men. He soloed them on a 4v1, he beat their asses, and was about to finish Leonardo off until he got caught off guard by Zeva and Bradford's mutations, and then they disappeared. But bro, he whooped the turtles so bad they started dreaming about the guy. It's crazy. And the type of hold Shredder had on people was just insane. Bradford became a whole mutant dog creature. He could probably beat Shredder in a fight with his new build. The guy's a human. But he was out here just bowing to this man, moving like a complete bitch. Shredder has so many people shook, it's mad. And as the series goes on, we see him commit some of the most evil shit just to get a Splinter. Exhibit A. When the Krang start to invade Earth, Karai kidnaps April under Shredder's orders just to lure him out to run the fade. And because April's life is in danger, Splinter pulls up. And he was out here working the Foot Clan soldiers and cleaned them up. Even Bradford and Zebra too with their asses. Then he made his way to April to save her, but it wasn't April. It was just a hologram. See, Shredder lured Splinter there, but he really gave April away to the Krang. And the Krang wanted April so they could terraform the planet. So it would have led to everyone dying, including Shredder, but he didn't care. He just wanted to run the fade with Yoshi. He's obsessed. And guess what? In that fight, he admitted it was over Tang Shen. Bro, it's been 15 years. Let it go. As these two just start talking crazy to one another, Shredder revealed that because Splinter stole Shen from him, he took his daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, let the record show that this man only took his daughter because of him not being able to get with Shen. This guy is petty your shit, man. After finding that out, Splinter beats the cheeks out of Shredder. He probably beat his ass, kicking him all the way to his throne and made him look like he couldn't fight for shit. He got finessed it. And as he's about to deal the final blow, Karai comes in and just saves this man's life. And while clashing, Splinter starts realizing that Karai was Miwa. And right in the man's face, Shredder just goes ahead to say to Karai, that rat killed your mother. And oh my days, man, the deception, the betrayal, the manipulation here is top tier. How's he saying that knowing he murdered Karai's mom? Is sick. He's a psycho, man. And you know something? He doesn't even like Karai. He neglected her so many times and really just wanted to use her to get revenge against Splinter. He didn't give two shits about her. And the evidence I have behind this is gonna shock you, man, I swear. Now as the show goes on, Karai eventually does some digging, investigating to figure out the truth behind what happened to her mom and if what her father Shredder was saying was the truth. And she finally found out that Splinter is her real father and the Shredder lied to her the entire time. So with this new revelation and reality Karai made, Shredder dashed her in prison. He didn't care that she found out the truth. He was too delusional with his hatred towards Splinter. He's selfish. He told her that he just couldn't let her be raised by him. What does that even mean, bro? What does that have to do with you? That's sick. The Turtles then break Karai out of the prison Shredder put her in and finally get her back to Master Splinter, with their family finally reunited. But you see, my friends, this was Shredder's plan all along. He wanted Karai to go back to Splinter because he knew that she eventually would come back to seek revenge. And then she tried, but she couldn't do shit. She was hitting literal air when she was fighting Shredder. He was hitting that Sonic Sway flawlessly. He was weaving. So with him easily defeating Karai, he put her as bait, dangling over a giant mutagen test tube to lure Splinter and the Turtles to him. And I mean, it's a great plan. It's flawless. It definitely can't. Oh shit. This monster just used his self-proclaimed daughter to lure his enemy to his death, but instead got her mutated. He's evil, man. He's evil. Not only is he evil, he's delusional, man. He's tapped. Because how is it that he's upset Karai got mutated? Bitch, you put her in that position in the first place. And then he started getting mad at Splinter. Whose man's is this, bro? You can't be serious. Even before Karai got mutated, Tiger Claw was not on board with this shit. He told the man he was tripping. Tiger Claw, his number 2, his ride or die. The man who will do 99% of what Shredder asked of him, told him he was tripping. You know damn well if Tiger Claw said he was tweaking, he must be mad in the head. He's sick. When I revisited watching this recently, I just started realizing more that he's not right in the head. And you know what? He's not even done here. This guy's vendetta against Splinter is astronomical. He then finds Karai again and mind controls her with a worm Baxter Stockman made, and then gets her to just start finessing the Turtles, poisoning them. But this isn't even the worst thing he did. The most heinous act he had in season 3 was in the last few episodes. An alien race called the Triceratons were making their way to Earth to destroy the planet, since they heard news of the Krang there. And they've been beefing the Krang for millions of years, fighting over another dimension. And they're just pressed that they couldn't get it. They're still mad. So while everyone is doing their part, taking out the Krang and getting ready to beat the Triceratons, Splinter went over to Shredder's lair to convince him to fight alongside him to save the planet. And for some reason, Shredder actually agreed and decided to fight alongside his brother once more. But this alliance was temporary. As the bomb the Triceratops put down was about to go off, Splinter starts pacing toward it in a final moment to save the planet. and then Shredder just sneaks Splinter. He killed him when he was trying to save the world. This man is so petty. He killed him over saving his own life and everyone else's. He sacrificed everything just to stab this guy. There's nothing to say, I'll be real. He's obsessed. And yet again, Tiger Claw can't believe he did this shit. Tiger Claw. Oh my days, Shredder's a sellout, man. He has no honor. And he comes from a ninja clan. He sneaked her, man. He sucks. This man is so delusional, he'd believe his whole life that Hamato Yoshi caused everything bad to come to him. Shen dying, Karai getting mutated, the flipping apocalypse, I don't know, everything. When every time, it's just him messing up. I don't get it. He'd rather the world get sucked into a black hole than just accept the fact that he's wrong. He's just a weirdo. And you think finally with the Earth getting finessed that he's finally done. Now he's back again, bro. So after the Ninja Turtles travel back in time and save the planet, instead of getting killed by the Shredder, Splinter grabs his arm and kicks him away from him, which leads to a final battle between these two and the Shredder getting pieced up. I'm talking about he got knocked out, man. He's done here. It was so bad he got put on life support. He was finished. But then something outrageous happened. He became a monster. Shredder ordered Baxter to inject him with a new mutagen formula, which gives him Wolverine claws and straight up put blades across his body like he was Pinhead. And now he's become the Super Shredder. And this guy wasted no time and went straight to the business. He dropped Karai and captured her, made Splinter look at photos to torture him, and just started walking through a tunnel, blades running across it like he's a final boss. He's sick. Splinter and Shredder then have a fight on some arena built like it was for a fighting game, and they both fall down the sewers. And bro, look at his hand. Man, the mutagen made this man ugly. Look at that, it's clapped. After his little scrap, he retreats and gets more mutagen. Then goes back out to beat the crap out of everyone to go get Karai. And he doesn't even care about Karai anymore. He was about to kill her, even saying, I'm about to end your life the way I killed your mom. He's gone mad here, he's psycho. Everyone then splits up to find the Super Shredder, with him and Splinter having a final one-on-one. But unfortunately, Splinter died in this fight. And this genuinely was one of the saddest moments in the show. He gutted him and just dashed him off the building. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it when I first saw it. I was crying at this, bro. I'm so real. So after witnessing this murder, the Turtles start plotting their revenge. With them, April and Casey getting into some sick black fits. They stormed the mansion, finessed all of his goons, and Leonardo finally defeated the Shredder once and for all, ending his reign of terror. This version of Shredder was one of the most evil villains of all time. He deluded himself into believing Hamato Yoshi completely ruined his life. From being with Shen, to finessing his clan, to even kidnapping his brother's daughter, saying that she was his own. He's sick in the head. I've never seen someone so passionate to kill someone over a girl, man. It's crazy. He became a whole big-ass mutant creature to come kill him. That's a very dedicated individual, I'm not gonna lie. This man is front line and center one of the most unreasonable crashouts of the decade. He's so psychotic, I had to speak about him for this long, because that's how much shit he's done. He's insane. Get him out here, man. He's evil. Now to my next character, I'm jumping on to speaking about Syndrome from The Incredibles. And before I start even talking about Syndrome, wait, hold on, no, I gotta do the thing, bro. And I'ma just cut to it. This guy was tripping. Syndrome's whole plan against Supers was so petty. His reasoning behind why he even became a villain was dumb. He didn't need to go ahead and become the big bad, but decided to anyway. When throughout his whole appearances in the movie, he never needed to be the bad guy. In short, he was just a hater. So to those of you confused about what the hell I'm talking about, let me explain how Syndrome even became a villain. Before superheroes got banned, and people like Mr. Incredible were out here doing their due diligence, being good heroes, saving people, and cats, you know, doing the usual. Back then, Syndrome was just a kid named Buddy Pine. He was obsessed with Mr. Incredible. Like, he jumped in his car and started saying that his name was Incrediboy. He was geeking out like crazy here. Get the hell out of the car, man. So Mr. Incredible goes back to doing his hero work and comes face to face with a villain named Bon Voyage. That name is terrible. Now, right before these two were about to get to fighting, Incrediboy pulls up and tries to convince Mr. Incredible that he's capable of being a hero too. They both get to arguing, with Buddy just assuming shit like Mr. Incredible doesn't want to work with him because he has no powers. So he tries to show him his rocket boots he invented by flying to the police. Then Bon Voyage put a bomb on him. So Mr. Incredible is holding on for his dear life, trying to get the bomb off Buddy midair, which lands on a track and blows it up. And there's a train coming. So Mr. Incredible does the Spider-Man and stops the train before it comes off the track. And you can tell this guy's pissed off, he's annoyed. So he snakes Buddy to the police and drives off to go get married to Elastigirl. Then shenanigans go down. Superheroes get banned. Mr. Incredible is working a depressing 9 to 5. Him and Elastigirl have a whole family now. Frozone is here. They do heroic stuff under the radar. Mr. Incredible gets fired, gets another job from the Raj, fights an Omni droid on a private island. Life is beautiful again. No caps. And Syndrome finally makes his appearance. And he was the mastermind behind all of this. He tricked Mr. Incredible into fighting his robot so they could adapt and get strong enough to smoke him in a fight. It was his plan the whole time. He made millions selling weapons and now built a robot strong enough to smoke supers. He's a genius. but he's also crazy. Then he tries to kill Mr. Incredible, but he escaped in time and hid behind Gator's beam skeleton when a scanner came. So for all Syndrome knew at the time, he was dead. So Mr. Incredible takes advantage of this opportunity to go ahead and break into his facility to find out what he was up to. And you know, realizing this shit now, this guy was actually a problem in the movie. When he started looking through Project Kronos files on the supercomputer, he killed so many supers to get his robots working, he's mad. There was at least 30 people there, he's sick. Unfortunately though, Mr. Incredible gets caught because his suit starts pinging off, and the rest of the Parr family go ahead to try and rescue him. And Syndrome, he don't rock with that. So he blew their plane up. Luckily though, nothing happened to Helen, Dash and Violet, and they made it safely to the island. Mirage then frees Bob so he can get to his family, and then she got knocked out. And these men start scrapping all his workers, and then Syndrome captures them. And he starts revealing even more of his plan, saying that he got his robot perfect by killing all those supers just to play being a hero. And when he's old, he's gonna sell his inventions so everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be. 10 out of 10 call right here, man. He was cooking, I'm not gonna lie. Violet then frees herself. The Parr family get back to town. Mr. Incredible turns right. Frozone's here. And they finally defeat the robot by using itself to blow it up, with the day being saved. Yeah, Syndrome kidnapped Jack, but he didn't know Jack had powers. So he starts changing, putting him off balance, and Mr. Incredible dashes a whole car at him, causing the plane to blow up and Syndrome getting dragged into a wind turbine, which got him killed. And that's the movie. Syndrome literally became a villain because he got rejected. It's the same thing as the Shredder. He started selling weapons and moving crazy on an island because Mr. Incredible wouldn't take him up on being his sidekick. And instead of using his talents and his inventions to become the next Iron Man, he just went ahead and murked bare people. To prove what? He thought he was gonna be an adaptable robot he created when he literally got pieced up in less than 5 seconds. He was obsessed with proving to people that he can be as super as somebody with powers. And we know this, man. Crazy mandem like Batman and Iron Man exist. He could have still became a hero, but instead of that, the rejection just fueled his resentment and he became a straight up hater. But I ain't gonna lie though, Ms. Incredible found his out, bro. She found his out. And now we have reached the final person I'll be bringing to the stand. And this individual is such a villain. I can't even describe it. They're so heinous, so corrupt, so evil. They're the worst person I'm going to talk about today. And it is none other than Mrs. Robinson from Gumball. Now, if I'm being honest here, there's a lot of terrible people in Elmore. Miss Simeon, the evil turtle, Sal Left Thumb, who was out here threatening people with a spoon. Elmore's had its fair share of delinquents. But Mrs. Robinson? Holy shit, she's evil. She has no ounce of humanity in her. She's the devil incarnate. And don't let her smile fool you. She's sick. And in the episode The Wicked, all the evidence is there that you need to know that she's just disgusting. First off, she gives Gumball and Darwin food to feed squirrels that's laced with coffee that turns them straight out rabid. And these squirrels, they killed the corn on the cob guy. He's dead here. She practically just killed him. It's murder. She tried to run over Gumball and Darwin, had a whole song dedicated to spreading evil across Elmore, with her liking the smell of garbage, cutting people's flowers, getting people to fight, stealing the guy's wallet, adjusting the speed limit so people can crash their cars into each other. And I mean this literally, like I'm not joking here. She drank the tears of a child. And even after seeing all of this, Darwin somehow still thought that he could convince her to be good. Fam, are you delusional or something? Are you stupid, bruv? So with his attempts to do so, she went ahead to go sabotage people's babies by swapping their name tags. And Darwin made himself an experiment by choking on a toy. And you wanna know what she did? Nothing! She just watched him slowly look like he was about to die. She didn't care. If I'm being for real here, she wanted him to die. And on top of that, she even threw the toy into his mouth. So she again almost killed someone. You see this? She's mad. So after being a subject to her torture, Darwin finally realized she's dead off some maniac. So him and Gumball go ahead to expose her and want to get her caught by the feds. Because why not? They want justice. And this just resulted in absolute carnage. She steals the car they set up and just starts driving through the mall at high speed, messing everything up, definitely causing hundreds in property damage, and she almost got away scot-free again. Almost because, you know, she got blown up into the sky. But you know, I'm counting that because it almost happened. This woman has always been a malevolent being. Gumball and Darwin were looking for her childhood photos, and she was always next to something mad going on. Her first day of school? Fire at the school. Going on a boat with her brother's drowning. Baby photos of how she was a cute kid. She was pulling the head of a teddy bear. I mean, she's such a fiend. Mr. Robinson started monologuing, acting like her being evil was always a part of her. And of course he would know, you know, they probably doing the freak every night, man. But the point is, this came from Mr. Robinson, who used to take advantage and to piss out Gumball and Darwin several times. He's a bad person. I mean, he's hilarious sometimes, but still, most of the time he comes off as an asshole. It's no wonder why he's married to Miss Robinson. She's the devil. And it gets me thinking, how did Rocky come from this family? His parents are evil. It would have made more sense if he was adopted. He's definitely adopted. Miss Robinson is the definition of pure evil. She has no motive. Comparing this to the other two people I've spoken about in this video, as stupid as their reasoning behind why they became evil is, from just being delusional about a girl not wanting you to just not being able to take rejection at all, Mrs. Robinson is bad for no reason. She just wants to see people suffer regardless of what happens to them. She don't care. It's her form of happiness. And that's what makes her the worst person I've mentioned. She's horrible, man. How can someone be like this? She's a menace. And if I ever encounter Mrs. Robinson, well, she better pray I never find her, fam. Because when I do, I'm running away, man. I'm not risking it. But yo, these were again some more crash outs I wanted to speak about today. If you might got any more or disagree with the people I mentioned in this video, write it down in the comments below. I love you, man. I hope you have a blessed day. And one more thing. Yo, Mr. Robinson's first name is Gaylord. What the fuck?